And just saying that, like, what is the actual good plan? How to plan properly a plan good, because one without the other, it's kind of just you're playing with things rather than kind of actually making a strong business case.
Yes, but I'm not even sure there is that one answer to it. I mean, me personally, I believe that every business is very unique. Every organization is very unique. There is not that one plan as a template that you just try to put in the numbers as you see fit. It's a very individual thing. It's very unique. And to me, the most important thing is to know your drivers. It has no meaning to me. I see that a lot in bigger organizations. They just take the previous year and they copy the actual numbers of the previous year from the cost side to make it the plan. And then they wildly increase sales. And then they consider it a plan. That's not really how we want to see it. To me, it's driver-centric, bottom-up planning along the timeline. So that means let's digest this. Drivers driven bottom up along the timeline. You gotta have to know your game. No, that's what I mean. It's unique. Every business is unique. Every enterprise is unique, and you have to understand what drives the business on both sides, costs and income. And once you figured out what are your drivers, the planning just falls in place. It's a very natural process then. It is figuring out what drives it on the cost side, meaning how can I also manage my resources? And it's trying to figure out how can I boost the sales. And the most important thing to my understanding is to figure out and to be aware of the reciprocities between cost and sales. It's all about balance. I think like in real life, business is all about balance. If you invest wise, you might boost sales. If sales get a hit, like we have right now, right? If sales gets a hit, you might have to rearrange your budgets. And to do that right, you just do it on the timeline. You don't say that's the sales. I want to have 200% plus, and then I just give budgets to spend all the money that comes from investors. That's not a plan. But bottom up means to say, what do I have to do to be able to get the sales I'm projecting here? What are the drivers in organization, the drivers in marketing, the drivers in running costs? What are the drivers to get to the goal that I set as a sales goal? And that's the reciprocities. And those drivers, if you know them, you can actually manage your business and you can monitor your business because then you have a plan, right? So what you do next is you throw the actual numbers against that plan and you see where are you standing. You see any gaps. You see, okay, that's what we presumed. This actually happens. Howling on a deal to close the gap that is between the sales projected and the actual sales. This for me is planning done right. I mean, I don't want to say we have all the wisdom about it, okay, whatever works. But to me, it is very important, and I repeat myself on purpose. Know your drivers and really know your unique individual drivers. Understand the reciprocities and draw it on the timeline. Don't make just some annual budgets that don't work. On the timeline to really see what month is a marketing campaign planned. I see that too many times. There is like sales increasing in March, but the marketing budget is allocated like in August. So it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, that's what I mean with reciprocities. Action has impact, and the impact is drawn on the timeline. So that's the three things. That's to me is planning done right.
Great. You put it really nicely, wrapping it up there. So thank you for that.